Hi everybody, I hope you're doing super well today. If you have ever asked yourself how to present yourself in French, just watch this video. I'm going to teach you the vocabulary in order to make the first contact with someone. You will never ask yourself how to do it anymore. So let's move on to the first part, vocabulary. So, the first word is a very famous word that you might already know.
Bonjour.
Hello. What you probably don't know is that this word is formal, and we generally use from the morning until the night falls. You will learn later on another word for salutation. But for now, let's see a concrete example on how to use it.
Bonjour. Comment ça va?
Hello. How are you? In this example, you can see different new things. The first one is to know how to ask someone if he feels great or not. Another aspect is the
C'est dit.
in the yellow circle. Don't forget to write it because it's important. But for now I will not explain more because I created a dedicated video speaking about it, and I don't want to mix topics. New essential word that you are going to learn right now is
Prénom.
first name in English. Learn it because it's one of the first thing you're going to ask to someone you meet. So, an example of a sentence you could say when meeting someone might be, what a beautiful first name if you like someone's name. In French, we say,
Quel joli prénom.
in some cases, you might also want to know someone's last name. And the translation of it in French is
Nom de famille.
So if you want to ask someone's last name, the question is,
Quel est ton nom de famille?
what's your last name? But in fact, French people are used to make the sentence a bit shorter and they ask.
Quel est ton nom?
Also, if you wanted to ask what is your first name? In French, the question would have been,
Quel est ton prénom?
So now, we are going to make a small exercise. It's not the exercise section, it's just a small exercise in order to make the learning of the new words a bit more in depth, just to give you more opportunities to memorize them. So you will have 3 sentences, and the exercise is to fill in the blank with one of the 3 new words that you just learned. So the first one is,
Mon est Aaron.
my is Aaron. What do you think is the correct word between
Bonjour, prénom, nom de famille?
if you have answered?
Prénom.
You are absolutely right because the first name of the person introducing himself is Aaron. So second sentence is,
Mon est écrit ici.
my is written here. Now, you have 2 options.
Bonjour, nom de famille.
Isn't that easy? The right answer is,
Mon nom de famille est écrit ici.
as I said before, you can also say,
Mon nom est écrit ici.
so you can write it without.
De famille.
Last one.
Quelle est votre profession?
What is your profession? Okay, so for sure it's the easiest one because there is only one option remaining. So you automatically have the right answer. Congratulations.
Bonjour. Quelle est votre profession?
Hello, what is your profession? Alright, now you are going to learn 3 new words before the first exercise section. By the way, I hope it's not too hard to follow because we are going to switch between learning and exercises. If it's too complex to follow, tell me it in the comments section, and if you don't like something, you can also tell me it in a comment. But please in a respectful way, I like comments that make me progress. So don't hesitate in explaining me your thought. Anyway, the new word is also a greeting word which is
Salut.
hi in English. It's important to distinguish both salutation words. Because one is formal, and the other is informal, so don't use
Salut.
with your boss, otherwise he might feel offended. An example of a sentence where you can find this word is,
Salut. Comment ça va?
hi. How are you? You might ask yourself how to say Mr. in French? If so, you now know that we say
Monsieur.
It's really important to notice that the pronunciation of this word is quite strange. Because if you take a look at how it's written and try to pronounce it with the French pronunciation, you should pronounce it.
Monsieur.
But in fact you have to pronounce it.
Monsieur.
So there are 2 things to notice. The first one is that we pronounce the and also that we don't pronounce the last R letter, so the pronunciation is
Monsieur.
I know it's weird, but this is the way we pronounce it. By the way, if you are worried about French pronunciation, I will make some videos dedicated to pronunciation, giving you tips, explanations, so that you speak as close as possible to natives. Let me give you an example with this new word.
Monsieur, est-ce que je peux vous aider?
Sir, can I help you? I know that the structure
Est-ce que
is strange for foreigners, but once you know it, you will realize that it's quite used and all the time the same. I would love to explain you more about it, but as it's a video about vocabulary, I will not mix with grammar, but I will explain it in another video. After Mr., Madam, and this one is going to be easy to learn because we write it the exact same way. In this sentence.
Madame, est-ce que vous avez faim?
Madam, are you hungry? You can see that there is again the structure.
Est-ce que
As I told you, it's quite used and now you know how to ask someone if he is hungry. So, it's time for the little exercise with the 3 sentences. The first one is,
Dupont est un homme?
Dupont is a man. By the way, Dupont is a last name well spread in France. I believe it's like Smith in America. So you have 3 options.
Salut, monsieur, madame.
According to you, which one is correct? So if it's a man, it's a Mr., therefore the answer is,
Monsieur Dupont est un homme.
Mr. Dupont is a man. Second sentence.
Martin aime le chocolat.
Martin is also a famous last name in France. But for your information, it's also a first name and we pronounce both of them the same way. So, who likes the chocolate except me and you? Among the last possibilities, what do you think the right answer is?
Salut,
In this sentence would have no sense, so we say.
Madame Martin aime le chocolat.
The last one is,
Salut. Est-ce que tu es célibataire?
Hi. Are you single? It's quite direct, you might take a bit more time before asking this. But never mind, it's just an example. Okay. Now that we have seen 6 new words, we are going to move on with exercises in order to bring you the possibility of memorizing those words and figuring out if you don't mix them. Here we go. What I want you to do is to find which word belongs with its translation. So, you have the 6 different words, first name, hello, last name, hi, madam and Mr. According to you, what is the translation of?
Nom de famille?
As we have seen before,
Nom de famille?
means last name. My advice is that you memorize it well directly. In that way, you will not mix it with first name. When I learned English, I mixed first and last name. Don't make the same mistake that I did. Next one is madam. Some translations are hard to find. I have a feeling that this one is not going to be a problem. Madam. Madam. That's it. Let's move on to the word.
Salut.
Among the last possibilities, which one do you choose? Hi is the correct one. As I told you before, it's an informal greeting, so please, don't use it with your boss. Another word to place.
Bonjour.
Do you think it's the translation of first name, hello, or Mr.? It's the formal greeting that we use in French.
Bonjour.
Means hello. The penultimate word
Prénom.
is a key word when you meet someone. So where do you want to place?
Prénom.
In French, as we have seen before, first name is traduced.
Prénom.
Alright, now. One place, one option for the word.
Monsieur.
With his strange pronunciation. So obviously,
Monsieur.
means Mr. I suggest you take a look at those 6 words, just to increase the chance you memorize them for long term. Alright, now it's time for 9 new words before exercises on those words, and also revision on all we have seen today. We have seen before.
Bonjour.
To say hello, good morning or good afternoon. But what about when the night is coming, or even when it's already night? We have a word for this, which is,
Bonsoir.
let me give you an example with this word.
Bonsoir. Êtes-vous nouveau ici?
Good evening. Are you new here? If you wonder how to say please in French, you need to know that there are 2 ways of saying it, an informal one and a formal one. So, let's start with the informal way, which is,
S'il te plaît.
it's informal because we use the word.
Te.
You can find this words in the sentence,
Donne-moi du pain, s'il te plaît.
which means please give me some bread. You can see that the words,
S'il te plaît.
is at the end of the sentence. You can place it in the beginning, but French people normally place it at the end of the sentence. Now, I'm going to teach you the formal please word in French, which is,
S'il vous plaît.
you can see that the only difference between the informal and the formal way is that we use,
Te hors vous.
depending on who you are speaking with. So, I take the same example of someone asking for bread, but in a formal way, and we can see that there are two differences, the one I told you which is using.
Vous.
But, also the verb conjugation is not the same, we add a z due to the fact it's the second person of plural. You will find this out on dedicated videos about conjugation. Now, it's time for the 3 sentences where you have to fill the blank. The first one is,
Viens avec moi.
come with me. So, in order to help you a bit, I just want to inform you that the word
Viens.
is the verb come conjugated at the second person of singular. Did you make your choice? So, as it's the second person of singular, it means the sentence is informal. Therefore, in this case use,
S'il te plaît. Bonjour monsieur, pouvez-vous m'aider?
hello sir, could you help me? Is the second sentence. I hope you have noticed the word
Vous.
in the sentence, which is a strong marker of formal sentence. By the way, it can also express the fact there are several people, no matter if you know them or you don't. It's again please. But, this time the formal way. So, the sentence is,
Bonjour monsieur, pouvez-vous m'aider, s'il vous plaît?
last sentence, before 3 new words.
Vous désirez commander?
Would you like to order? So, this sentence is in the case, you are at a restaurant during the evening, and the waitress is asking you, if you want to order something to eat or even drinks. The whole sentence is,
Bonsoir, vous désirez commander?
another important word that you are going to use quite a lot, especially if you are really polite, is,
Merci.
thank you. As in English, it's a word that you can use alone or in a sentence. Like in this sentence.
Merci de m'avoir aidé.
Thanks for your help. Another word that you are going to use very frequently is the word, yes.
Oui.
If you want to know how to ask someone's nationality, here is a way.
Êtes-vous américain? Oui.
Are you American? Yes. If you wonder how to say other nationalities, don't worry, I will make a video dedicated to this topic. The opposite of yes is also an important word, and we say it.
Non.
Here is an example with the word,
Non.
but also with the structure,
Est-ce que?
that we sometimes use in order to ask something. We have seen it previously, and it's a really important structure. So, the question in this example is,
Est-ce que tu as une voiture? Non.
do you have a car? No. As previously, you need to choose where to place the 3 sentences, and the first one is,
Est-ce que tu apprends le français?
do you learn French? Yes. Exceptionally, I wrote the word you have to find in English because it could be yes or no.
Est-ce que tu apprends le français? Oui.
So, now you know that we placed this sentence in the middle of the screen. I'm not smoking, in case you want to know if I am or not. It's the next question.
Êtes-vous fumeur?
Do you smoke? No. Therefore, as the answer is no, we place it at the bottom. The last sentence is when someone is about to leave. And you want to say that you appreciate someone's venue.
Merci d'être venu.
Thanks for coming. Also, when you meet someone, the first or one of the first things we want to know is his or her name. In English, we say my name is. In French, we can say,
Mon nom est.
like in English, but it's less used, it doesn't sound that great. So, instead of saying it, we prefer using the verb.
Je m'appelle.
It's a pronominal verb. And, I will make a video especially about those verbs, but for now, what you need to know is that the am, in French, replaces myself. In this sentence, it likes if you say I call myself. If you present yourself to someone else, you might say,
Bonjour, je m'appelle John.
hello, my name is John. You can introduce yourself directly saying,
Je m'appelle.
but in other cases, you are the one that asks the other person's name. So, in this case, you will say,
Quel est ton nom?
what's your name? As an example, you can say,
Quel est ton nom? Je m'appelle Anita.
what's your name? My name is Anita. So now, you can write and say hello, what's your name? My name is. So you can start a conversation with someone. Isn't that great? Sometimes it's time to leave, and in this case, you will say,
Au revoir.
goodbye. But don't leave the video, it's not over yet. So, if someone is leaving your house, you can say,
Merci pour ta visite. Au revoir.
The three sentences are back, and the first one is,
Quel est ton nom? Sarah.
What's your name? Sarah. By the way, you can also say,
Quel est ton prénom?
both works. The answer is,
Je m'appelle.
because we are asking someone's name, and as the person is giving her name she uses it to answer the question. New sentence.
Je dois partir.
I have to go. So there are two options remaining.
Quel est ton nom? Au revoir.
According to you, which one is correct? Alright, so if you are leaving somewhere, it's not the right moment to ask someone's name. Therefore the right answer is,
Au revoir. Je dois partir. Au revoir.
I have to go. Goodbye. Last sentence before the exercises on the last 9 words that you just have learnt is,
Bonsoir. Lolita.
good evening, Lolita. So, the answer is,
Bonsoir, je m'appelle Lolita.
good evening, my name is Lolita. Don't forget the word.
Appelle.
Has double P and double L. You double all the consonants in this word. Now, it's the penultimate section of the video. The exercise which is just before the revision. As you can see, I wrote 6 words in English, and I want you to think about where you consider you should place the French word. So the first word is,
Merci.
where do you want to place it?
Merci.
Is traduce thank you in English. Now let's move on to the next one.
Quel est ton nom?
Is the sentence you have to place. By the way, if you want, you can write the answer of that question in the comment section in French, with your first name. Also, according to you, which translation is the right one? As I explained it before. This question is used to ask someone's name, so the translation is, what's your name? Among the 4 remaining English translation, where do you want to place?
S'il vous plaît?
Parenthetically, don't forget to verify whether it's formal or informal in order to make the right choice. It's the most polite way to say thanks in French, the formal one. What about?
Non.
What is the translation? It's a word you will use to reply negatively to a question. So, it's the translation of no. Another important word that you will use frequently is,
S'il te plaît.
do you place it below my name is, or below please? Informal one.
S'il te plaît.
Is the translation, and, this time it's the informal way to say please. The last one in the screen, before the 3 remaining word that we have seen today is,
Je m'appelle.
so obviously, as there is only one remaining, the translation is my name is. It's the sentence you have used to tell me your first name in the comments section, if you wanted to practice French writing. Also, as I say before, don't forget that in the word
Appelle.
all the consonants are doubled, and if you wonder how to conjugate verbs in French, and in present tense, I will make several videos about it in order to detail and help you, as much as possible on this topic. In today's video, you have learnt the words yes, good evening and goodbye in French. Which word is translated by?
Bonsoir.
It's the translation of good evening. Next word is,
Oui.
do you place it on right or on left? If you want to be affirmative in French, you will say,
Oui.
and, of course, the last one is easy to place. And we place it on the right because,
Au revoir.
is the translation of goodbye. Before telling you goodbye, at the end of the video, it's time for some revision to increase your chances of memorizing as much, and as well as possible all the things we have seen today. So we are going to start with those 8 words, and after we will see again the 7 remaining words that we have seen today. So, before starting, and if you want, you can pause the video and write the answers in the comments section or on a paper. In that way, you will be able to verify if you have memorized the word, and also if you write them well. Now, let's start with first name. As we have seen several times in this video, we translate first name by
Prénom.
in French. Don't forget the accent on the E, and don't worry if you don't know the accent in French, there will be a video dedicated to accents in my channel. Next one is an easy one, madam. Madam.
Madame.
Exactly the same, so you don't even have to learn it. We have previously seen first name. Now, it's time for last name. And I hope you remember that the translation of last name is
Nom de famille.
after madam. What about Mr.? It's this word with a strange pronunciation. Do you remember how to pronounce it?
Monsieur.
In the second column, we start with hi. How do you say that in French?
Salut.
Which is, by the way, an informal greeting. What about hello? How do you translate it?
Bonjour.
And this time it's a formal greeting. If you want to say something negative, how do you say the word no in French? You just have to add one more N, and you have the French version of the word no, which is
Non.
when you want to be grateful, you might need to say thank you in French. How do you say that?
Merci.
By the way, thank you for watching this video. To conclude the video, the last 7 words we have seen. Again, if you want, you can pause the video and write the answer on a paper or on the comment section below. In any case, we start with the informal way to say please. So we say that.
S'il te plaît.
Don't forget the accent on the I. As I said before, the accents will be covered in a dedicated video. What about if you want to ask someone's name, how do you ask it in French?
Quel est ton nom?
Is the translation of what is your name? Also, we have to consider that the opposite can happen, and someone can ask you your name. In this case, how do you reply? Now, you know that you will reply by
Je m'appelle.
plus your name. The second please we have seen in this video, the formal one, is the one I want you to traduce now. This formal please is traduced.
S'il vous plaît.
If you want to be affirmative, how do you say yes? It's also a 3 letters word, but not the same letters, and we say it.
Oui.
What about good evening? It's a word that starts the same way than hello in French, but doesn't end the same.
Bonsoir.
Is to say good evening, and I hope you remember that hello is traduced.
Bonjour.
Sometimes it's time to say goodbye. And in this video, it's almost the case. So, how do you say goodbye in French?
Au revoir.
Alright. So, it's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if it's the case, you can press the like button, subscribe to receive notifications when I post new videos, and also share this video with people interested in learning French. Thank you for watching. See you soon.